So, halacha number 5. And it says, whenever one relates Lashon Hara in the presence of his fellow, the subject of the Lashon Hara, so meaning the subject of the Lashon Hara in here, he's in the room and he heard what that guy said, or if one relates not in his presence, or one who relates information which could result, if the information passed from one person to another in damage to his fellow, whether the physical, personal, or property, or even to distress or frighten him. So even distress and frighten, it's also damage, right? I mean, the person cannot sleep, right? Is it damage? Of course it's damage. He's frightened, he's upset. Is it damage? It's amazing damage, right? So if somebody hit him and okay, he had a wound for 3 days, he put bandages, he put whatever medicine, and he's good. But this fright, this anxiety could be for a very long time. All of these are classed as Lashon Hara and are forbidden. However, if this information was already said in the presence of 3 people, it can be assumed that the information was already made public. And where one of those 3 that relates it to relate this information another time, it would not be prohibited as Lashon Hara. However, this applies only if he did not intend to speak the words of the word and reveal information more than it's already known. Okay, so that's actually what we learned in the morning class. So it's not so clear, even though there is some heter that you allow to if you were one of the 3 people, and that person who spoke Lashon Hara, he said that he was the witness, right? So they say since 3 people heard this information, it's going to be passed all around. So for sure, other people will find out. It's like he said it publicly in front of many people. So some people say he would not say it unless it is true, unless it is for constructive purpose, because he knows the repercussions. So Mishnah Brura says, not so fast. Okay, so let's see the commentary in the presence of 3 people. Although the first person who said it to the 3 certainly violates the prohibition of Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara to 3. So there is no doubt that this person was not allowed, the first one, to say Lashon Hara. But now, after he said it, so it became the public knowledge. Right, and commentary say rather, if the subject comes up, it may be he may relate this information as a part of the conversation. See Be'er Ma'chaim Chafetz Chaim to 3 in Lashon Hara. Okay, to 3. Okay, continue with commentary. This lesson known as Apei Telasa in the presence of 3. Is the subject of much discussion in Chafetz Chaim, Hilchas Lashon Hara, 2 halachas 1 through 10. There, Chafetz Chaim points out that there are many authorities who dispute the above interpretation of this license. The source of this halachas in a Kitzur from Rambam Hilchas Deos 7.5. According to these authorities, repeating such information is prohibited, even when it had originally been related before 3 people. So as we said, it's not so simple. So even though there is such opinion that in front of the 3 people it's more lenient, but not everybody agree. In addition, Chafetz Chaim explained that even according to Rambam's interpretation, there are many limitations on the use of this license. Meaning that it's not like this guy that heard from, he was one of the 3, is going to go around tell everybody. So if it comes up in the conversation, so he said, yeah, I heard it, right? And he would give his details, but not more details that already known. The conditions that must be fulfilled before it can be relied on. Among these limitations are only one of the original three is permitted to repeat the information. Not anyone who heard it from one of them. Okay, so only these three can repeat the information. So how many times? Maybe many times. But other people who heard from them. So first of all, as we learned in Yellow Book in our morning class, it's one of the first condition letaelis for a constructed purpose, if the person has a first-hand information. That's always right. If you heard it from somewhere else, that's it. That's too much removed, double removed from the original source. If one of these on the three is a person who is careful regarding speaking Lashon Hara, it is not permitted for any of them to repeat it. So that's very interesting. We learned that HaShem said, because why? We were counting that all three are going to tell this Lashon Hara over. But now this one person is careful, so it's only two of us. It is not permitted for any of them to repeat it. If one of the three is a relative or a friend of the subject of Lashon Hara, it is also not permitted. I mean, to repeat it. Maybe why? Because he's not going to. He will try to preserve the honor of that person, his relative or his friend. Moreover, and he's not going to speak out. Moreover, it is not permitted to repeat the information in another city. So, because why it's not relevant to another city? Chofetz Chaim concludes in chapter 10, right, that all these limitations and conditions have been set forth. See, my brother, how much one must distance himself from relying on this leniency, which was almost no practical application. For even if all of these limitations and conditions will have been fulfilled, it is still unclear whether the halacha follows the opinion Rambam, this opinion of Rambam. And according to the opinion of the many authorities, there is no source for this leniency in the Gemara. Therefore, one who guards his soul should distance himself from this. So, Chofetz Chaim is very clear. It's too many details, like have to be expert. Like the same conclusion we drew when we learned about in Kitzur Shulchan the laws of Psuki de Zimra, right? If somebody came late, so just to remember the presidents who depends on how much you have. Like you have to be very knowledgeable to say that the correct psukim in the right order, basically. We're almost done. Continue. What remedy does that person have that can protect himself from transgression of the sin Lashon Hara? If he is a Torah scholar and thus able to learn, he should learn. He should engage in Torah study. So basically, get yourself busy. So if you're always busy with learning Torah, if you're outside, you have your headphones on, you listen to the shiur of the Rabbi Reuven, Rabbi Mizrahi, so you're safe. But otherwise, when you engage other people in empty conversations, so you're doomed for sure. They're going to trap you, right? With his mouth. Study. With his mouth engaged in activity for which he was created. So mouth was created to study Torah of the Jew, not to relate to this negative speech. It will not revert to speaking Lashon Hara, speaking forbidden things. Okay, it's Sefer Shmirach Lashon, Shar Torah, chapter 1. Okay, no problem. Continue. If he is an ignoramus and therefore unable to study Torah, he should adopt a more humble comportment, right? So what does it mean? Commentary. Haughtiness brings person to look critically at others and therefore to speak Lashon Hara about them. Okay, so that's how the haughty people are, right? They instead of working on themselves, they try to put other people down. Say, I'm so smart, I'm so talented, this and that. So we'll work on your humility. Okay, so we can stop here. So tomorrow, BeEzrat HaShem, so since This time is not available. It's time of reading Megillah and stuff like that. So we can start at 5 p.m. Right? Tomorrow, BeEzrat HaShem, try to make it. Tomorrow is the fast day. It starts at dawn. So it depends. I don't want to say announce time because it depends wherever you live. You can check your calendar, check your application, change on your phone and see what time the fast begins. But in general about the fast, if you want to drink before the fast, if you get up before that time, for example, by me it's like 5:45, 5:50. I don't remember exactly. It doesn't matter. So if I want to drink coffee, even if I want to eat before that time, there is no prohibition, right? So I would say if you did not have any specific intention in your mind, so you can at least drink. If you always drink in the morning, there is no problem. So if you don't drink in the morning, that's the problem, right? So you have to have the specific intention. And for food, if you have a specific intention, I want to get up at 4 a.m., let's say, and have a good breakfast, there is no problem. You can have a good breakfast, right? So until tomorrow, 5 p.m., BeEzrat HaShem. Thank you. Good night.